Figure this sound out for you guys first. You still hear me? You still hear me? Can y'all still hear me over there? 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 Can you hear me? What's up? What's up? Peace, peace, family. Oh, okay. Just making sure. This is the first live, so I'm just trying to make sure everything and all the sound and everything is working properly. Y'all let me know if it is a lag in this service or something. So this is the first live. This is the first live, so I'm gonna just give everyone a little bit to come in. What's going on? Unbothered, peace, Bree, Eunice. I see you, Beauty Roots. Laura, evening. We got Niagara Falls in here. Okay. We're gonna let everybody come in for a little bit, and then we're gonna get started. Yeah, this is the first one though. Peace, family. Much love. I definitely appreciate everybody, popping into the live stream. I've been doing a lot of content, but I haven't really done anything live like this yet, so people can really interact or engage with me outside of the comments. I try to stay pretty active in the comments as much as possible, but sometimes things get a little crazy over here for me, and I get a little lost in my own battles and stuff, so I kind of lose track of some of the comments, but I try to stay, appreciate it, and I try to stay, as active as possible in the comments, so. Definitely. I appreciate the support, Laura. Definitely appreciate the support. Definitely. You can see, still got some merch on, Dreaming. I always got the links to everything always down below. And for the ones that I don't have below, I need to add them down below. I have to get to that. But I'm usually always supporting local businesses, you know what I'm saying? Either I'll go out and purchase, or I'll have some of them come by and just drop some merch off to me, because I'm like a walking billboard. I'm not big on supporting these big local merches. What's up, Bella? Peace, family. So what we're gonna be talking about today is just diving a little bit into the gang stalking a little bit, and I wanted to just do a Q&A for anybody that's had any questions that I wasn't able to answer or to get to. So I guess since we got a few people in here now, so I guess I'll just get us going now, opposed from waiting any much longer. But peace, family. So we are back with another one, you know what I'm saying? We are live this time and direct. Today I wanted to do a live Q&A, questions, any questions down below, but I want to dive into the gang stalking a little bit lively, just because I know we all are kind of experiencing this weird witchy stuff that's going on, but because of the spaces that we in and the beings that surround us, it kind of feels like it's not really going on. Or if you haven't done the research yourself, then you just feel like everything is just too coincidental. You know what I'm saying? And over here, we don't really believe in coincidences. You know, everything happens for a reason and divine timing. So when we get to these spaces and we are working as hard as we can to ascend, we kind of have to get to a better position of not being as welcoming with the information that we give into the ones around us. I always find myself in this space a lot, and it's hard for me. And I say it because I love sharing information. I was one of them kids that was little. If I watched a movie with my parents, like, I'm going to tell all the parts before it happens. So I just always knew sharing information was just me. I just knew from my household that you don't do that. You just don't. All right. You just don't. So I was like, cool. But getting to this space and being around my peers and other people that I deal with on a regular basis that I talk to and things like that, I realized, like, when you focus and you look and notice the energy, you'll see that it's not really the energy that you're thinking that you're going to get back in return. And every time I get that weird energy, it always reminds me that we are at a war. You know what I'm saying? We constantly at a war. So when people come to me with good information, I'm usually like giving it right back to them. I'm trying to light them up as much as possible. I'm sending them high vibrations 24/7. I'm sending them ideas. I'll take time out of my own free time to put myself in their space to figure out some stuff for them, just to send it back to them, just to kind of help out wherever I can. But when we share these informations with these other beings that's not with us, that's not with the creator, that's not with God, you know what I'm saying? They are usually going to use that information against us. You know what I'm saying? And I know for a lot of us, when we get excited, we get to these spaces where we just found out something new we want to share, or we just got a new idea, or we want to implement something new. It's like they'll take that first, we'll take it to the physical. They'll take that in the physical realm, you know, the actual vessel that you're dealing with. They'll take that vessel and you'll notice the facial reactions, you'll notice the tone in the voice, everything shifts. Everything shifts. So then when you take that part and then you flip it and you look at it on the spiritual side, every information, any piece of information we relate to them is being held within their spirit or their DNA the same way as if we intake information. You know what I'm saying? The only tricky part about it and where it gets a little confusing at for some when you don't really dive deep is understanding that they can relay this message spiritually. That's where it gets really tricky at. It gets really tricky in between there. You know what I'm saying? And once you start ascending, you'll realize like the attacks start coming more and more and more. I know a lot of people say pray, pray, pray. Yes, we should be praying. I'm not a prayer, but I'm a meditator. You should do these. We are protected. But that doesn't mean that the attacks doesn't stop. That doesn't mean that the attacks doesn't stop. You know what I'm saying? That just means that you're armored up. So if you're getting ready to go into a fight, you kind of got your armor, you got your gloves. So if you do get hit, it's not gonna hurt as bad, but you're still gonna have to take them blows. You're still gonna have to stand in there toe to toe. So that's what I always try to be mindful of, and I always try to tell everybody around me, like, when you find yourself in that space, battling with a thought, like trying to not think of someone or not trying to think of something, that's an internal battle. We don't really have labels like to be like, all right, this is a battle. You don't really see anybody saying, okay, this is a battle, that's a battle, this is a battle. It's more so of, all right, well, I'm just trying to forget whatever I had going on or whatever I was going through at the time. You know what I'm saying? But when you find yourself, and I use me for an example, like I had some sound removed from one of my TikTok videos, but I knew that I already know that I'm targeted. They done took down 2 of my videos and removed the sound from one. So I don't expect all my stuff to stay up for long, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna enjoy this wave while it's here, you know what I'm saying? So y'all not gonna see me shifting over or doing no witchy shit, never, you know what I'm saying? That's not the vibes over here. But diving into, I haven't even been over here. I'm sorry. I've been getting into this thought process, and we are supposed to be doing a Q&A at the same time as well. You know what I'm saying? Ray said I had a group talk garbage behind me while I was walking 2 weeks ago. And they do that, whether you know them or if you don't know them, you'll run into a lot of weird situations like that. Like, and I tell my daughter all the time, like, we're not supposed to get our food from the grocery stores, but we have to go into these stores. You know what I'm saying? Grocery stores, corner stores, Walmart, Target. You know what I'm saying? We have to go into these places, but these places hold energy. You know, every place, every space you go to is a space that holds its own energy frequency. That's why when you go into Target, it has its own vibey feel to it. Yes, they designated it. It's a store basically designated for moms. You know what I'm saying? But it has that feel to it. You know, it feels like everything is more valuable in there. You go into Walmart, it has its own energy feel. It feels like everything is just here on a budget. You know what I'm saying? That's what it feels like. But it's no different than when you go to the gym to work out. It feels, you feel the energy, the frequency in there. It makes you want to work out. These doorways are portals. And it took me the longest time to understand that these doorways are portals, but that's also why we have our rooms. You know, you got your bedroom, you got your living room, you got your bathroom, your kitchen. Each one, when you go through that portal, it changes. My kitchen, when I go in the kitchen, it don't feel like my bathroom. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing we always got to pay attention to, the dark hub we call it. Yeah, the parking lots are pretty annoying too. That's the thing with all these weird places we got to go to. It's like you don't even know who your neighbor is anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like you leave out your house, you don't know if they are rapists, if they are murderer. You know what I'm saying? If they somebody who do pedophilia, you don't know what the hell is going on. You know what I'm saying? And that'd be the weirdest thing. Like I hate when I be out and I be trying to tell my daughter just to speak and be friendly. And somebody speaks sometimes, but it's like I tell her that because I know we're light beings and we want to put out that light energy. But I know it's going to come a point in time where I'm going to have to tell her, you have to process that energy a lot better. You know, you don't open up to everybody because it's not like how it used to be when everybody was moving with God or the creator and we was all vibing on the same frequencies, but everybody was their own individual beings. You know what I'm saying? We could look at people like they're different, but since all this weird witchy shit is in the mix now it's like, you be like, everybody, look at everybody as your brother or your sister. I'm like, how am I supposed to do that when they don't even have the same thought process as me? Like that weird shit that you just did, I would have never done that. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if I'm going in the store because I'm so aware of this, the weird essence of it, if I find myself being that one that bumped into the same aisle as somebody else, I make sure that I'm like skirting. I'll go out my way because I'm too self-aware of the process. And I'm like, once we get this land and we can start building and growing and farming and fishing and doing all these things we're supposed to do and removing this technology, that's what's really going to help minimize the gang stalking. Because then they don't have access to as many vessels. They won't have as many tools around us as well. You know what I'm saying? Don't open the door. Facts. Windows too. Facts. Windows, mirrors, all of these are different portals. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. So that's why when I was little, when I used to walk past mirrors and reflections, I always used to look at them, but I never understood it or understood it. But I guess at that time, I was being programmed to be this 3D vessel. So I was just intrigued by the 3D vessel. But as I got older and started sending more, I started caring less about my outside appearance because I was ascending. I was fixing so much stuff on the inside that I wasn't focused on the physical appearance. So like for me, my process has been like, it's almost like an age backwards. Like I'm 36, but I look way younger than 36. I feel way younger. I do a very good job at taking care of myself and I'm super self-aware. So that's why even when I got to this space and I realized I was targeted and I was being gang stalked, it was like, I know I'm not crazy because I never been stupid. I never was retarded. I was good in school when I wanted to be in school. You can look at your own experiences and see where the conflict would come in at with them calling you crazy. So for me, that's where the conflict would come in at. I came up with ideas and solutions for my friends and family members that I talked with and that I dealt with. And when I was vibing on that frequency. So when I changed my frequency and it shifted, there was no more excuses. There's no more, oh, you can look at me at this low vibration because I done ascended 20 motherfucking frequencies beyond where I was at before. And that's just on a low level. You know what I'm saying? So you couldn't have that same approach on me, and you want to keep that same approach on me. It's not going to work, because what's going to happen is you're trying to tell me this one thing about me, and I'm showing you that I've elevated and I've continued to show you with my consistency. So with me showing you that and then looking at my experiences and then being able to relay my research and my information back, I realized they had demons attached to them. They wasn't trying to ascend. I had siblings, gangs stalking me. It was a whole weird process. And it really started with the family, where I really recognized that. And then outside of my family, it went on to the peers and everybody else from there. Yeah, the tax is crazy and it's real. It's real. And the only people that's going to start calling people crazy or paranoid are the ones that's not really doing their research, the ones that are not really aware of what's going on, the ones that's not trying to know, and the ones that want to become zombies. They want to become zombies. They are getting that thing in them. Families is always the first ones. I had to address my sperm donor first, because what happened was, when you don't address these issues, you keep thinking about them. And like I was saying earlier, if you keep thinking about them and you're trying not to, or you're trying to figure it out, that's a battle. So in order for me to take that battle on, or even understand it was a battle, I had to address it in person. So when I saw him in New York, I got a chance to address it in person. And from there, I was able to see how small of a being he was. You know, I wasn't even angry or frustrated. It just made me see how small of a being he was. And once I did that, I didn't have that same weight on me anymore. You know what I'm saying? I was able to get that shit out the way, all the way out the way. You have to. And I think the bad part is like, when it came to my mom's, because that's who I was raised with. So for her, it's like, I didn't want to get rid of my mom's and not stop dealing with her. Like, but I'm not feeling no better. You making me feel worse when I deal with you or talk to you. Like, the whole process, you just don't expect that from the people who took care of you, the people who raised you, to be doing these kind of things and tactics. You know what I'm saying? They'll do things like call you and try to give you some good information one day, and then the next day they like, why the hell you calling me up? What is your problem? Just like some random witchy shit just out the blue from nowhere. Alrighty, man. Gotta stay woke. Appreciate you, Dark and Lovely. That's always. It's self-awareness. I've been hearing it a lot, but I like the saying. Self-awareness is the new sexy. It's the new sexy, because once you become self-aware, self-aware leads to self-control. Self-aware leads to self-control. So that's mastering your vessel, mastering your energy. You mastering everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like walking around with your gloves on, your shield, and your sword every time. So every time somebody stare at you weird, the gang stalk you or follow you. I had cars speeding up from lanes, switching lanes, just to like try to ram me. But I'm like, I don't want to get rammed right now. Like, I don't want to go through that process. If I was like annoyed or just didn't have nothing else to do, I'd be like, all right, go ahead and hit my car, and then I'll go ahead and take this insurance claim, blah, blah, blah. But that's a whole nother headache process. You know what I'm saying? But I'm so armored up and protected that I just skirt out the way. I just keep moving. I see them, and it's like bumper cars. You know what I'm saying? You got to hit them and keep going. Facts. 360 degrees self-awareness. Yeah. Stepdad narcissist. Mom, secondhand narcissist. Facts. That shit get ugly. Even the police, yeah, they'll even press charges on you. They'll press charges on you. They'll make fake allegations against you, and they'll also set you up to be charged. I done seen this happen. I done been put in these positions before. You learn from your mistakes. You should learn from your mistakes. I done been in these positions. And that's the worst, is when it's like, my stepdad stopped coming to my football games, so then my mom didn't come to no more of my football games. And then after that year, my junior year, I just said, fuck school. But as I got older, I realized where everything was turning at. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like salty about any of the shit, but just like being self-aware. That wasn't my path I was supposed to do anyways. I don't even watch sports anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I got some buddies out here watching the football games and shit, but nah. Yeah. These stories they do be out of a movie. I swear to God they do. What they did was they took all these Jasons, Freddys, Michael Myers, and they exaggerated these psychopaths. These psychopaths are the ones we're dating. We're dating psychopaths. We're being raised by psychopaths. Yo, this shit is crazy. Once you start understanding, you start diving deep and you start seeing what's going on. You start looking past the vessel and you start seeing your own mom as Freddy Krueger. I swear to God. I swear to God. I swear to God. I gave my mom a hug one day and it felt so unnatural. I was just like, Absolutely already been knocked out of employment for the same shit. Yeah, they'll do it. They love triangulation. Triangulation is another one of their tactics. They love to triangulate you between your bosses, your other coworkers. They'll triangulate you with friends, family, anybody they could find in between there. Do you feel these gang stalkers can be a reflection or a lesson that is teaching something in that moment? I feel like it's a little bit of both, because I always, like we were just saying, self-reflection leads to self-control. So you always have to take every situation a percentage to yourself. It just depends on how much of the percentage you take into yourself. I just don't believe in people when they say like everything is your fault. Like, no, everything isn't your fault. Like, we have outside forces that affect us. Clearly, we see it every day with our genetics. Like, if I drive up the street and somebody try to ram me, that's going to interfere with my energy a little bit. Like, I'm not dumb. I'm not naive to it. It's crazy. Yeah, fuck this psychopath, sociopaths and narcs. Facts. And what's crazy is when I had ran into my BM, it was crazy because that was completely different than any other experience that I ran into, because the way they work their magic, it's like the love bombing and the spells and like how they use the sexuality or y'all sex or whatever to kind of like manipulate the process. And like the shit is weird how they make shit disappear. I used to have clothes disappear, items disappear, computers break in, all kind of shit. Like, I just stopped even asking questions. When something break or disappear, I'm just like, I'm gonna get away from you. You gotta get away. I swear to God. Facts. It is. They hop from body to body. But a lot of people don't seem to think that. A lot of people think that, oh no, it's just that person and what they doing and what they did. And it's like, that's just who they are. And you got to take responsibility for yourself and blah, 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 blah. And I'd be like, yo, y'all should understand this is way deeper than what y'all thinking it is. Because if it wasn't, then the system wouldn't work as hard as they do to control our energy and to manipulate our energy. Now, if you notice the media, what do they do? Promote fear. So everything is fearful. You constantly fighting fear tactics all day long. Oh, I don't want to be in a relationship because I might get left. Or, oh, I don't want to miss a day of work because I might get fired. Or, oh, I don't want to not pay my insurance because I might get into an accident, even though I haven't been into an accident in 5 years, but I'm paying insurance for 5 fucking years. Shit is mind-blowing how much fear they use to just restrict and distract everything they need from us. Like, yeah, that's crazy. Shit is, we are pretty blind. It's been a warfare. Watching my son basketball game was damn near a nightmare. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy because I love playing sports growing up and then watching the little ones. It's like, I know they enjoying it and they having fun, but I know how unhelpful and how unuseful that shit is. Like they say sports teach you like all these things about like learning how to be a team player and working with people and doing all these things, but we learn these things in regular life. They put an excuse on everything. They always do. Facts. They always pay your insurance, not worth getting your else. See? Fair tactic. You know what I'm saying? Fair tactic. It's not worth getting your L suspended for. You could, you know what I'm saying? But for me, I'm a chosen one. I'm with the creator, so I don't even think about the physical laws. I follow spiritual laws. I don't get in trouble for breaking a physical law. Now, when I break a spiritual law, I feel that shit right the fuck away. The creator let me know, hey, nigga, you fucking up. Hey, you fucked up. I'm about to get your ass right now. They let me know every time I fuck up. I don't play that shit with the spiritual laws. Hell nah. But physical laws, fuck that. You can give me $25, $30 for parking tickets, jaywalking tickets. Them shit's gonna sit till I rot. I promise you. Yeah. Fuck the devil, bro. Facts. We riding with the creator over here all day. Peace and love. You already know how we rocking. Look, I've been a warrior. From my soul all the way down. What happened was you just find your path. The way I see it is, it's like, I personally feel like I'm an extremely strong physical warrior, but I'm seeing how much of a spiritual warrior I've had more develop into as well. But it's like, if the opposition could have had me on their team, they would have had a hell of a warrior, a hell of a player, a hell of a teammate, but they don't. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they take these celebrities and they extort them for their talents. The celebrities get extorted for their talents. It's not like they not talented in what the fuck they doing. They just getting extorted. Mama and baby mama try to throw witchy shit at your boy. Yeah, it's most definitely real. They will. And I think the worst part with that shit is like when the baby moms communicates with your mom. It's like they both working together, coincide. You get into an argument with your baby moms, you talking to your moms, and now your mom's good. Well, you doing that to that girl over there. You don't need to be treating her and doing that like moms, you don't even know what the fuck going on. You in my phone. How about you call me? I'm your son. This is what you raised. So if I have somebody beside me doing witchy shit, thanks, mom. Thanks to you. Yeah, point the finger where that shit belongs. Yeah, I don't even look at looks. You gotta look at people from a spiritual view. Facts. Demos hunting and shit be a thing. Any knowledge on a source player? What do you mean by any knowledge on a source player? Fred, what does that mean? Any knowledge on a source player? Yeah, they do live together and straight weird shit. Yeah, the witchcraft is coming to an all-time high right now. Like, it's to the point to where it's not even deniable anymore. Like, even the people that's like, oh, you crazy and stupid, they dealing with it behind closed doors and then being back in public or on social media acting like, oh, y'all stupid for believing in it. Like, come on now. You just had your car break down. Your shit was running fine. Don't talk to me. Facts. What is the source player knowledge? What is that, Fred? What is the source player? The source player. I haven't heard of the source player. But when you got them, it says what's crazy is that the people hire other people to, hell yeah. If you got big money, like, I'm not one of them big money people, so I don't have to worry about people hiring nobody for me right now. You know, that'll probably be later on down the line. But for the people that got big money now, or the people that's connected to the military, connected to the government, any of these fucking big ass corporations, these people gonna put that bag on your head. I promise you they will. That's, you got that part of physical gang stalking, and then you have the spiritual aspect. Some people don't be chosen ones; they kind of just be targeted due to their the knowledge that they have access to the physical information. So, like, say if you work at a bank and you was like doing some shit behind the scenes that you wasn't supposed to be doing with somebody higher up, and you know what I'm saying, you know some information that you're not supposed to know. So when you're not around them, then they're gonna be surveillancing you. You know what I'm saying? So depends on the bag, depends on the kind of surveillance they're gonna use for you too, for real, for real. Yeah, I just think he means knowledge of the source and it's calling you a player. Appreciate it, y'all. I appreciate the support, y'all. I definitely do. Like, it's a different world, like, when you out here operating and having all this stuff going on to you, and you haven't reached out to any outsources like TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. If you haven't tried to research or Google any of these things to kind of figure out what's actually going on, it'll kind of leave you in a space where you just feel lost. And it's like, yo, why the fuck do I feel like everybody is against me right now? Like, I do so much for my brother. Every time he call, I answer the phone for him. I try to pop up whenever I can. I pull up on my mom's every time I can. I do for my grandmother. I've been running around for my friends and my peers, but it seems like I'm the one that's always calling out to everybody. Yeah, fuck all that. I don't want to keep calling out. I got to a point to where it was like, I'm about to take a break from calling people, and then I'll see how much my phone rings. Silencio. It's Silencio. Appreciate you, Steph. Yeah, Silencio. When you're not giving that energy the way they're used to receiving it, it's like they don't even know what to do anymore. They get lost trying to figure it out. Like, I'm so used to getting the energy this way, and now they talk about, I can't get my energy that way. I don't even know how I'm supposed to get the energy. You said I'm supposed to do 1, 2, 3, but it was crazy is once you tell them you want 1, 2, 3, they'll look at you like, what is 1, 2, 3? Or I don't know how to do 1, 2, 3. I'm like, I just explained it to you. That'd be the worst. So when you tell people direct information and then they duck you and avoid you, that lets you know that they're with the opposition. What I do now is I just put people on the side on the team. Then I figure out what frequency you on over there. I'm like, all right, you doing with your shit right away? All right, you with the opposition. All right. But I have to be around you. Maybe I'm in the store with you, or maybe I work with you somewhere and I still got to deal with you. So now I'm going to figure out where you at on the witchy side. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you like a high up narc where you got like a lot of flying monkeys? Because to have flying monkeys, you got to be high up there on the charts. You got to be high. 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 And we all dealing with that shit. And it be like, people don't even realize, like, to have flying monkeys, you have ranking. These people been deep in this shit for a long time. Like, they got ranking monkeys. They got their own whole catalog, backlog, everything. Like, basically letting you know, hey, these narcs out here, they are, what would you say, captain ranking demons or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Just calling motherfuckers. Oh, you see such and such had made that post about me? Yeah, go to that fake page and I want you to DM them. Like, they got 1,000,001 tactics. Yeah, don't forget the ones who are covert. The coverts, that was my BM. That's the worst ones. Them bitches scary. Bitches scary. My BM is little itty bitty. She always used to be like, you scared a little of me? I'd be like, yeah, bitch. Not like I'm afraid of her, because obviously I'm bigger than her physically, but spiritually, that was like a whole nother demon. Like, I didn't know the energy at the time, so I was like, yo, this bitch seemed like she'll do anything. Like, I do not trust you. Like, I didn't trust you with my daughter. shit is crazy, but I signed up for it, so I'm gonna shut the fuck up about that part. But the coverts is on a whole nother level. So for me, when I deal with the coverts, they got their personas with you, and then they got their personas when they're around other people. So when they're around other people, they always like to be like the do-gooder, the bubbly one. My BM, she was the quiet one. She liked to always try to sit back and just stare at my company and get on weird eyes like, bitch, what the fuck is you looking at them for? Fuck you keep looking at? You trying to fuck everybody? God damn, that shit got to the point where it was like, yo, you know what? I don't even want to bring no niggas around the house no more. I got a studio, I'm recording. I'm like, this shit is crazy. I ain't never dealt with no shit like that. And in my head, I'm just thinking to myself, like, yo, I'm really in this space with this motherfucker doing all this weird witchy manipulation shit. Like, shit is crazy. Shit was crazy. That shit is like one of the weirdest spaces to ever have to be in. Like, when I say to be in, she would do shit like intentionally do some nice shit, either because she just did some fuck shit or she's about to do some fuck shit. It's usually one of the two, you know what I'm saying? So I was always weird. Anytime they start being nice to me, I start looking at them side eye like, what the fuck are you doing that for? What's up? You said you want me to do what? You want me to take this? You sure? Nah, I don't know. That shit might get stuck on my hand. I don't know. Hey, appreciate you, Queen Lee. Appreciate you. Yeah, it is hard to accept. This shit is hard. It's hard to the point to where, like, once I started figuring out what's going on with my BM, because I had dealt with one before, my ex, but we just used to call it shit crazy. Before YouTube and all that shit, we used to call that shit crazy. Oh, that nigga's just crazy. Or, oh, that female, she just crazy. Nah. I dealt with crazy, and then I had this covert knot. I put them demons together, and I came with a conclusion. These motherfuckers is not on my team. Simple process. We are not on the same team. And it was like, I had to put myself in a position to take on the system. Like, I had to take my BM to court. Me, I have a mixed child. I don't hide it. I took my BM to court and got what the fuck I was going for. But the thing with that was, it's like, I never been in a position where I was having to do that kind of shit, but it was in such a weird, witchy space with her. It was like, I already know you already been dipped off a couple times. It'd be some days I would go to work, I would come home, her and my daughter should be packed up. It's like, you didn't even say nothing. You was just texting me like, hey, what you doing? Oh, how's work? Is it busy? Like, random shit like that. And then I come home and then everything be gone. It's like when they do shit, it has to be dramatic. It has to hit. And they wanted to hit hard, and they want that shit to hurt. Yeah, it is better be safe than sorry. That's why I had to do it. I didn't want to. I promise you I did not want to. But it's like, this is my daughter. I already didn't have my sperm doing the picture. I wasn't with that witchy shit. So I'm like, yeah, I already know I'm going to be in the picture. You already know I am. But, of course, I don't even say most women do that shit. Now that I understand what's going on, these women, the ones that are women or girls that got the demons attached to them, they like to use that manipulation witchy shit. Regular, normal women are not going to use that tactic. That's not what they're going to do. If they use it for a small tactic, it's because they're emotionally hurt and they're going to get over it really fast. I promise you. I done seen it happen before. But the witchy ones, they're going to hold on to that shit. They're going to drive that shit into the ground. You ain't going to have no choice. I didn't have no choice, but I wasn't going to do that shit. I appreciate you, Dream Girl. Appreciate you. I appreciate the love and support. I thank you for tapping in with me over here. I appreciate it. Everybody, for real. Everybody. This is the first live. We're going to continue to keep doing this. So I think I might want to make this a regular scheduled thing for maybe my Sundays. But I definitely enjoy doing this as well, too. You know what I'm saying? We have to make sure that we just all banding together, make sure that we are understanding that this shit is a spiritual warfare going on. People will wake up attacking you, sending you bad energy. You will be getting attacked while you sleep. You know what I'm saying? I don't even like to call it sleep anymore, to be honest. I just call it time travel because I'm actually in that space more than this my present space. I try to be present because you're supposed to be present in the future, and I just reflect and build from the past. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I didn't want to tap in and run it up too long. We got any questions? I was going to get ready to wrap it up as well. If y'all got any questions, you know what I'm saying, I can answer a few. I definitely appreciate all the support, man. Y'all have been, I don't like to say blessing, but y'all been such a high vibration. Like the way y'all get this energy from me is the same way I get it from you guys. Like some days I wake up and I know that I've been attacked, but then I'll have a notification of something just telling me, you know, that I touched or reached somebody else. And that builds me. Fuck the devil. Facts. Bed thinking I don't sleep. Facts. I don't sleep either. Most people say I don't know where they said you need 8 hours of sleep at, but for me, I be maxing out at like a good max sleep for me is 5 hours. 4 hours is pushing it. Well, 4 hours, 5 hours is pushing it. But I can get up and run off a little no sleep. Always. What's the best way to handle the gang stalking? I would say the best way to handle it depends on where is it hitting the heaviest at. Some people live in with their siblings or roommates or family and stuff, so you will have it a little bit heavier in your household. See, I don't have it heavy in my household only with the technology. I don't have anybody else besides my daughter when she's in for the week. But I'm bothered. Are you in with your family? You have your own, like, that would be a way of like figuring out the best way to manage it, because you want to take on the areas where it hits the hardest first. So for me, like I was mentioning earlier, it's usually my car ride to the stores. Everywhere else, I'm usually okay. I hit my trails. I go out on the hikes. I'm in Virginia, so it's a lot of outdoorsy spaces you can go to all over the place. Does it mean when you wake up at 3 a.m.? I'm always waking up at 3 a.m. even though it's the witchy hours. I would say 3 a.m. isn't really the witchy hours. I would say it's more so of when, now that I'm thinking of it, I would say the veil is thinner around those hours. So that way the spiritual realm can communicate with us a little bit easier between those hours than the usual hours. And that's usually right between the sun breaks. Yes, you definitely got to learn to recognize the attacks. They become visible to me. But the way you can tell when you're dealing with people if it is an attack is you have to ask certain questions. You have to ask certain questions. So if they're unresponsive to the questions that you're asking directly, you have to know that it's being an attack. But if they are answering your questions back directly, then it probably was just a misunderstanding, or they could have been in a weird space. Yeah, if feeling on my own and had it heavy, the whole hood followed me. Yeah, it is so hard to literally want to take my life. To one day I was like, every night I come home, I'm protected. Don't look at them. Facts. That's a tough one. That is a tough one, especially if you're a female and you got your own space and you have to maneuver around in society by yourself. Because at least back in the day, like before all the witchy shit happened with the Matrix, like at least the father would hand the daughters down to the husband. So the females was always protected. It was a hand-to-hand exchange there. Now it's no hand-to-hand exchange. You got some fathers not there, and then the fathers that's there definitely are not passing nobody down to another male that they sees fit. They're passing you off to college where you got a rack of demons at. So I would say as far as those situations where you at, I would like, of course, you got to keep yourself physically protected. You know what I'm saying? That is first and foremost. But as far as spiritually, I would try to like, I don't know how your parking is. Sometimes you could change your parkings around, have different like little, I don't really like saying affirmations, but different little sayings and words that you can say to fill you more with courage when you walking through these spaces and have to maneuver in those areas. Start ignoring it. Where you put your energy, it goes. It does, but it's not always that easy to ignore it. It's not always that easier. I'm a warrior, so everything isn't always easy for me to ignore. I grew up putting my hands on people, so for me to go from that process to just figuring out how to use my wording properly and differently and actually mastering my energy a little bit better, it's not that easy always ignoring, because for me and other ones, we still are warriors. Like, we are only not putting hands on people because there's a system in place. Like, to be honest with you, like, so have you ever heard of The Third Eye Shit by Joey Badass? I have not heard that song by Joey. I have not heard that song by him. That's probably something I got to tap into. I haven't, usually the music I listen to is more so like local, regular people. If somebody sends me some music or something that I know, I tap in with their shit. My nephews, my brother do music, I tap in with them. Yoga, chakras, crystals, facts. Facts. They jiggle your wires too. Yeah, they do. We already know ain't no weapon formed against us gonna prosper. But the thing is, with that weapon, they still have it. So if somebody pick up this sword and they slap you in the head with it, you still feel it. You might not die because it's not going to prosper against you, but you still have to go through that process of feeling that pain, going through your healing process. You know what I'm saying? So I always just try to be mindful of both steps. We want to prevent the hit and the impact as much as possible. Yeah, you don't have to ask God to send your guardian angels around you. They already around you. They already around you. They already around you. When you moving in that light, they already around you. You don't have to say, hey, make sure you keep me protected. The creator already knows within. The universe already knows within. It's been times where I done been out on one of the trails and I littered and I felt guilty. Like, nobody sees it. I don't have a physical reason to feel guilty, but I feel spiritually guilty. The algorithms across the board are set up so it ties don't link up or don't stay in touch. I help organize tire rallies in Los Angeles. Yeah, the rallies are cool. The rallies are cool. I haven't been to one rally. I'm actually in the area where the KKK came to. So where they had the car ride through the downtown area and killed that girl. So this is Thomas Jefferson area where I'm at, a very big president in their matrix system. So yeah, I'm in a very weird, witchy ass space. I only ended up here because my mom's moved me down from New York down here. But it is a really weird, old school setting space place. You know what I'm saying? So your angels will come to your dreams. They'll come to you when you're awake. You know what I'm saying? They come to you at all different times of the hours. You know what I'm saying? So whether we want to call them our angels or our ancestors, you know what I'm saying? They always holding us down. They always looking out for us. It was times where like I was driving and texting, not paying attention plenty of times, and like my ancestors would probably like tap me or hit something for me. And they'd be like, oh shit, like I done had the oh shit moment so many times in the car. I don't even be like oh shit anymore. It's just like, I know y'all got me. I know y'all got me. That's what I say now. I know y'all got me. I do it every time. They do it every single time. It is mind blowing to me. But now I just know that's just some of the perks that you get for riding with the creator. You do get perks. It's a lot of things that come with it. Yeah, this shit is going on right now. Censorship. Hell yeah, we are censored. Yes. That shit is ridiculous. But yeah, I want to wrap this up. I just wanted to get up here and touch base with y'all, man. This was nice. I enjoyed doing this. We're gonna be doing this more often too. We're gonna be doing this a lot more often. I'm always changing around, so this probably is definitely not always gonna be the setting right here, but this is what we got going right now. I definitely appreciate all the love and support from everybody tapping in, from TikTok following over. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are booming over there on TikTok. I don't know what happened, but they kind of slid me in the algorithms at TikTok. I don't even use TikTok, so that's crazy. I've just been using it the last month, and they put me in there. Crazy. But yeah, tap into everything down below, gang. Tap into everything down below. I appreciate all the love and support. You know what I'm saying? Peace to the kings and queens.